Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, translators. Stop me if I'm talking too fast, okay? All right, Anna, just send me a message. Okay. All right. Welcome back. We are in the first review course, course 16, and we're in class 7. And question 1. Who would like to read? Loan looks excited to read. Hi, Loan.
Hey, Doctor. Uh, Give the Sanskrit and Tibetan name for the Buddhist study of logic and perception, which is the same as the word for correct or valid perception.
Yeah, so we're reviewing course 4 now. And does anybody know the name for logic and perception? Anna does. Anna, write it in the chat.
Pramana.
What was that, Daria?
Pramana. Sanskrit.
Pramana.
Oh, Pramana.
Yeah, good though. Yeah. Okay, we just have a chat answer. Let's see. Anna says Pramana and Tema. Yay! Okay. Daria and Anna are right. Anna, focus on translating, okay? Uh Okay, good. Here we go. Yeah. Tema. Tema literally means uh that which is can be measured, meaning like like a perception. Like the ma in pramana means the same thing. I think the man in human or the man in man means the same thing too. The being that measures, okay, humans. Um it becomes the word measure in English, the word meter, those words, other words like that. Okay, cool. Number 2. No one has their camera on. I don't care. Panitova.
Yes. What is the Buddhist definition of existence? Tibetan track in Tibetan. It
Yeah, what is it?
which we perceive a correct by correct perception.
Yeah,
Like
that which we perceive as existing, something like that. Um, I forget the Tibetan. Was it Roma? Tema? I don't remember. Let's look. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, read this.
the Buddhist definition of existence is that which is perceived by a valid perception.
Yeah, okay. Read the you want to read the Uchen, Panitova?
Yes. Цема мікпа йопей цені.
Good. Translate. Tini.
Definition
Yeah. The definition,
of
agigui, yeah, of yipa,
exist. Mm,
existence.
mhm.
Existence is understood. What's this S?
By.
That which.
Mm,
It's by too, but
mhm.
that's how you get this that which and this by, okay. That which is mikbud,
Object perceived
perceived in this case. This is a verb here. Um, this S again by a tema.
Valid perception.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Um, all right. Number 3. Um, Al really wants to read. I can tell.
Yeah. What did the Buddha himself say is the purpose of Buddhist logic? Give the exact quotation. Tibetan text student in Tibetan.
Yeah. I don't know. Not judging another and not going to hell. I think it's that one. Yeah. Yeah. Just read it because it's a quote.
I or someone like myself can judge a person, but no normal person should judge another, for he or she will fall.
Yeah, this fall means fall to the lower realms.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the Uchen?
Yes.
Okay.
Ngam, nga thằng, trawa,
Draw away.
trawe,
Yeah.
trawe, thang sak, ki, chơ,
T
chơ, chơ, chơ,
T
chơ,
TS T.
chơ. Okay.
Okay,
T,
better.
yeah. Siki, Sunki, sorry, Sunki, Kang Sak, Ki, Kang Sak Ki, Su, Mi Sung, Te, Nampa Gyu, Tare,
Yeah, Nampar Gyor Tare.
Nampa Gyu, Gyu,
Yeah, good.
Tare, yeah.
Yeah, nga I or nga uh nga tangdra, another drawa, another like me, kangsak, that kind of person. Tutsung can literally measure a person, take the measure of a person, but here judge, um, um, judge a person. Gi, but kangsak, a person. Gi, by, um, um, uh, a different person. Uh, kangsak gi tsu, um, knowing the measure of another person. Mitsung should not. Te, meaning or because Nyampargyurtare, they will fall, degenerate, fall to the lower realms, depending how you take it, but the lineage says it means fall to lower realms. Nyampar literally means degenerate. Nyampa. All right, something like that. All right, good. Thank you, Hao.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Hannah, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, Hannah.
Name the two basic types of valid perception and what levels of reality they are
Reality.
reality
Yeah.
they are used to perceive.
Yeah, good. Um, um, what are they?
Direct valid perception and dedication valid perception. And
Deductive.
hmm?
Deductive.
Oh, deductive. Deductive.
Yeah, and what levels of reality are they used for, Daria?
Direct valid perception, it's evident object. If you, for example, you see my hand, it's direct valid perception.
Good. And deductive?
Deduct, it's you use deep hidden or
Hidden.
hidden.
Hidden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, deductive's for hidden, like um emptiness and things like that. Yeah. Cool. Good job.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you use deductive for deeply hidden? I'm not sure. That's what Geshe says here, but I might debate it. All right. I'll read it. Direct valid perception used to perceive evident objects. Nyunsum sema. Direct nyunsum sema, valid perception. Used for nyungyor, obvious things. Deductive valid perception, used to perceive hidden or deeply hidden objects. Um, JPOC sema. JPOC means logic or deduction. Sema, um, valid perception. Kokyor, hidden things. Shinto kokyor, very or deeply hidden things, objects. All right, good. Thank you, Hannah and Daria. Question 5. How many questions are there? 11? I'll read it time-wise, okay? Give the text of Master Dignaga's famous opening statement. I forget. Oh yeah, this one. I had to memorize it. Um, I bow down to the protector, those gone to bliss, the teacher, those who wish to benefit living beings, and those who have turned into ones with valid perception. Yeah. This is the basically the subject matter of course 4, okay? Um, Tse mar gyorpa jola pen um shepa um tongpa deshek gyopla chakselo. Yeah. I understood chaksel chakselo bow down la to Kyop, the protector, Deshek, those gone to bliss, Tunpa, the teacher, um, and um, and Shepa, um, people who wish or want or believe, accept, Drola Pen, that they will benefit living beings. Dro means living beings here. Pen, benefit. And Semar Kyorpa, um, those who have become valid perception. Yep. Okay. I know it's a good times. Number 6. Mike Hoffman. Hoffman.
Good morning.
Where are you?
Give the what?
Where are you?
I'm in my house.
I've never been on your counter before.
Yeah, it's a
I
different place.
don't mind. I'm just go ahead, please read.
Give the definition of a valid perception.
Yeah, do you know?
Anything perceived by an un It's funny I don't remember the word for this. And undisturbed, anything perceived by a valid perception, valid
Yeah,
state of mind.
they say fresh and unerring. Sardu Milu Rikpa. It's pretty famous as far as the monastery goes. Yeah, fresh and unerring. All right. Um, Geshe says unmistaken here. Other places he says unerring. Read this, Mike.
Definition of a valid perception is a fresh, unmistaken state of mind.
Yeah, fresh is to exclude memory. Like I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking at your plant right now. It's fresh. Um, and it's unmistaken. It's not actually, a broom. If I went like this real quick and looked, you know, and I thought it was like a broom for a second or something, that would be mistaken. So unmistaken, unerring, okay? Sardu means fresh or new, newly. I don't know. Milue, Milua means uh, mistaken, unerring. Rikpa means a state of mind, awareness, something like that. Okay. All right. Number 7. Kimchi.
Yeah, hello teacher.
Kimchi. Wait.
Yes,
Kimchi came to Mixed Nuts yesterday and helped me look good in front of my llama by reading very well.
yes, thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher, for teaching,
For
for
my
your teaching. Yeah.
my months of patience.
Yes.
Okay, good. Read this.
Yeah. Number 7, describe very generally the meaning of the term person of valid procession. Tibetan check give Tibetan word for this person.
Yeah. Um, yeah, what does a person of valid perception mean?
A Buddha.
Yeah, it means a Buddha. Yeah, good. Somebody who's become omniscient, or they can't be mistaken in their thoughts, or something like that, their perceptions. Very generally. Um, and what's the Tibetan?
Dame Kiepu.
Yeah, semi-cable. Yeah, and someone who turned to that, it's Semar Gyurpa. Yeah, but a person of valid perception, semi-cable. Yeah. Okay, good. Read this, Kimchi.
Yes, generally speaking, the term person of valid procession, which is used to describe an enlightened being who has only valid processions, has the primary connotation of the person who cannot lie.
Say person.
Person,
Yeah, be careful, okay?
yes.
All right, good. Yeah, Teme cable, a person cable of Agiku E, Tema, valid perception.
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 Correct. Good.
Thank you,
All right,
teacher.
you're welcome. I'll do the next one just time-wise, okay? Um, what are the three main methods for a normal person to determine that the Buddha is totally correct about the very deep teachings he gave? I don't know. Direct perception, logical perception, and authoritative perception? Should I give the one name for the three? I don't know. Am I missing something? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Geshe words it differently, but that's what he's getting at, I believe. So first is valid perception, a direct valid perception. The teachings cannot be disproved by any direct valid perception that we have or have had. Okay. Um, the next one's logic. The teachings cannot be disproved by any airtight reasoning. Airtight being the key word. And authoritative. Lord Buddha is the authority in this case, as well as the thing we are determining if it's correct or not. The teachings themselves are free of any internal inconsistency. Nothing Lord Buddha said at one time contradicts what he said at another time. Chepasum, the three examinations. Okay. All right. Number 9. Hong Song, would you read, please?
Yes, teacher. Describe briefly the three ground rules for interpreting the Buddha. That is for deciding that something which Lord Buddha said was meant only figur- figuratively and not uh, lit, uh, not
Literally.
literally. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. Thank
yeah.
you. Um, I forget them. Does anyone remember? I'll have to think about it. Uh, yeah, I forget. I'll remember when I look at it. Let's look at it. Yeah, I remember. True intent. Lord Buddha must have had something else specific in mind when he said something which was not literal, right? Like if I joke around and say, uh, yeah, I really love um when people are mad at me, it means you were joking, so you had something else in mind. Um, B, contradiction. The statement that Lord Buddha made must contradict what we know to be actually true. And C, a need. There must be some compelling need or purpose served by the Buddha saying something which is not technically true. Yeah. Like not freaking people out with the full explanation of emptiness and instead teaching them mind-only school so that they'll still keep practicing and eventually get to the highest view. Things like that. All right. Lynn, are you there? Are you sleepy?
No, I just closed my eyes.
Okay.
As yes, what does a person have to know in order to be all-knowing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the literal answer is everything. But um This is an interesting question. The question is basically, what is the thing that is most important to know if you're all-knowing or something? Or to become all-knowing? I don't know. Anybody?
They just have to see the emptiness or understand the emptiness of what's happening and that things aren't self-existent.
That's true. I think the answer to this question is what to take up and what to put down, though. Like, like think about it right now. You, Mike, somewhere in America over here, um, if you want to, I don't know, become achieve nirvana or enlightenment or something, the only problem is you're constantly all day like, well, what should I do and what shouldn't I do? You know? What are, you know, if someone could just tell me exactly what to focus on, I could accomplish those things. Do you understand?
Literally the only problem I have.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said
Just tell me what to do.
exactly. Read this.
Yes, he or she must know perfectly what is it that we must give up in our behavior or and worldview, and what we must take up in the same. Is it not enough to know, for example, the scientific, uh, science,
Scientific.
scientific names for all things in the universe and or something of the like?
Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah, Mike, he slipped worldview in here too, so you're also right.
Aha, success.
Okay. I think me and Mike watched the same TV shows growing up or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Question 11. I think everyone read it at least once, right? Did they? I think so. All right, I'll just read it. What evidence do we have that the Buddha is unerring?
Is this the one where he perfectly describes the nature of our suffering? Or he's the only one to describe suffering in the way that it's
Yeah.
described?
Yeah, and he is. It's so weird. When I first started, yeah, you're right, Mike. But when I first started listening to Geshe, excuse me, one of the things that hooked me in, where I was like, oh my God, this is real, is when Geshe started describing death. Because all these other spiritual traditions, nobody talked about it. And Geshe's just like, you don't know when you're gonna die. Uh, you can't bring any of this stuff with you. You're definitely gonna die. What are you doing to get ready for it, or change that, or change an outcome or something? And I was just like, oh my God, someone who's actually like facing the facts of life, you know, as they are. So that is true of Lord Buddha. Of all the people we have ever met or heard of, it is only Lord Buddha who has described our daily suffering perfectly, in a way we can confirm ourselves. This by itself allows us to believe that he is very possibly unerring, which cannot be said of those who do not describe our suffering in this way. Yeah. In general, I recommend not listening to people who aren't grounded in reality. Okay. if people aren't really willing to tell you the downside to something, they're probably living in kind of a fantasy world. All right? So be careful with those people. If people are like, "Oh my God, I love my job. It's great. Nothing wrong." You're like, "Really? Nothing? How's your family?" "Oh, great. No problems." Really? Okay. I mean, maybe they reached nirvana or maybe they're an angel. If they are, ask them, say to them, look them in the eye and say, can you teach me how to have no problems too? And go to heaven? All right. Otherwise, look, ask for a second opinion, okay? All right. That's it. Don't believe me, ask a second opinion. I don't care. We'll have class tomorrow, and we'll keep going. There will be class on Sundays this month because I'm a masochist. Bye. Did you translate that, Anna? She didn't. Bye, everyone.
Thank
Tomorrow.
you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
You're so
Bye.
welcome. Bye.